Christmas time is a time of indulgence, but to some, it's also a time of overconsumption. And I mean, the average Canadian spends over $1,700 every holiday season. This has been in contrast with the Zero Waste movement, a movement which aims to produce no waste outside of what's compostable, reusable, and recyclable. And Christmas, with all the presents and food, seems almost to be the opposite of that. So I'm here today to see if it's possible to have a zero waste Christmas. While doing research for this assignment, I came across the Ultimate Guide to an Eco-Friendly and Zero Waste Christmas, written by Kathryn Kellogg. So I decided to give her a call and see what tips she had for a zero waste Christmas.
I think the biggest thing is just kind of a mindset shift. It's been focusing less on presents and more on the things that truly matter, like spending time with the people that I love, and also taking the complete pressure off the holiday. I feel like there's so much pressure on doing certain things. So like you have to send out Christmas cards, or you have to decorate, you have to do all of these things. And some years I've done a bunch of stuff because I really felt like it and it's been joyous and wonderful, and other years I've done absolutely nothing, and that has also been wonderful too.
So I've put these tips from my call with Kathryn and from the blog to the test. So the first is the tree. When thinking about the Christmas tree, first, do you need one? Do you already own an artificial one? Then great, reuse that. And if you're more of a real Christmas tree kind of person, then I guess make sure it's composted. Once you have your Christmas tree, you're going to have to decorate it. And one recommendation is to decorate it based off of things you find in your own home. I decided to put this to the test. I grabbed my jars, went to my local zero waste store, and I got a ton of popcorn. I got this red, green, and white one because I thought it was more festive. And it's really easy, aside from being tempted to eat the popcorn the entire time. I found it not too bad. Get a string as long as you want it, loop it through how you would normally sew, and then individually thread each popcorn onto the string. The second decoration that I tried to do was a bit more challenging, and that was dried oranges. I'd seen them on Pinterest a lot, so I chopped up an orange and I put it in the oven for 4 hours at 200 degrees, and I found the ones that I cut too thinly burnt. So I had some that were a bit black, some that were orange, and then you poke a hole and I threaded it on. I don't think I liked this one as much, and in combination, it kind of looked like there was a buffet on my wall. So I don't know if I would use these. And if crafting isn't your thing, you can still go and buy decorations. When buying them, think about what's going to last through the seasons that you're going to keep enjoying year and year and year, so you don't have to buy them again. Also, if you know people with leftover decorations, such as family and friends, you can always ask them for them. Or you could go and buy secondhand things, up to you. Then it's on to the gifts. So Kathryn had recommended gifting experiences, and I really like this idea. I'm always one for making memories. You can also donate to a charity on behalf of a loved one if you know there's a charity in particular that they really like. If you do want to buy them a gift, I recommend going to a local market. So I went to a local eco market and I was able to find something that I really liked. In addition to going to a local market, I tried my hand at the bath salts craft that Kathryn has on her blog. I went to my local bulk store again, got some Epsom salts, I got lemongrass, but you can choose any essential oil, and then I chose some dried lavender to put in there as well, all from the bulk store. And then basically you mix that together. I added some turmeric because I know that natural dyes are always better than artificial food dyes. And yeah, one thing was that the lavender did come in a plastic bag, so I decided to use that as well and add that as a gifting mechanism. Of course, that will be trashed one day, and I guess it's a bit of a fail, but I tried. Once you have your gift, you're going to have to wrap it. I really like the idea from the blog about making the wrapping itself a gift. So gifting a bag, I know I love to reuse any bags that I get, a little crate, something like that. What a lot of people don't know is that wrapping paper, especially the shiny kind, generally isn't recyclable. So if you have brown paper, that's one way you can give a gift. So what I did is I got brown paper and I measured it out to the right size for the gift, and I was actually wrapping the gift that I had gotten from the market, which was a shirt for my brother. After I had measured it out, I drew on decorations. You can also stamp them on, or however you want to decide to jazz up the brown paper, or don't. Or you can use newspaper too. Drew on that, then taped it up, and then with the twine that I used for the oranges, I tied it up, and I think that it turned out really nice. Switching back to the gifts, you can also practice zero waste through the way that you receive gifts. And I spoke to Kathryn more about this.
My husband and I like to gift experiences. We also gift things, though. I'm not anti-things.
Yeah.
As long as it's something that you really want and something that you've really thought about. And one of the best ways I feel like going about that is making a Christmas list. We make Christmas lists for each other, and we send these lists to each other, so that way we know that we're buying something that they actually want.
Finally, when you think about traditions, the greatest traditions, such as sitting around the fire or on your couch and watching a Christmas movie like Elf or Love Actually is my favorite. I don't know. Those kind of things, spending time with your family, are the greatest traditions, and those traditions are the zero waste ones. For me, this experiment has been really eye-opening. I mean, I didn't think about how many ways that zero waste could be implemented into Christmas, especially letting people know what you want. That has been a really big one for me because, you know, you feel bad if you have to return a gift a few days later or it just sits in your closet. Also, the crafts is really nice. It's really thoughtful. I mean, depending on your craft experience level, not saying that I am very good at all. I mean, you saw the wrapping paper, but I've really enjoyed it. And going forward, I'm going to think about how I can put zero waste into more of my other traditions. I think one thing to keep in mind is that obviously some of these things are going to be easier for others and harder for others. I mean, for me, I live close to a bookstore. I live in downtown with many markets and many resources. Affordability wise though, I have really liked how this has turned out. I'm a student, obviously, so I mean, I don't want to always buy new things, and having the option to make things and put thought into it that way has been fantastic. But I do want to know what you think. Is there anything that you think was missed here, and are there any zero waste things that you implement into your lives? And until next time, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, like and subscribe, and stay posted.